Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I am live from the Aria Hotel where I'm at the INMAN Connect conference. Today is day 2. It was awesome day 1. I thought I would just share some thoughts and observations from the first day of the conference. And first, it's pretty well attended. I would say there's somewhere around 2,000 people at the conference, maybe 1,800 to 2,000 people. And I've been to a lot of real estate conferences, a lot of real estate conferences. And I would have to tell you the mood here is much more focused, professional, on point. You don't see some of the frivolity that you see sometimes. You don't see, I don't know, all the woohoo, and people not paying attention, and participants out at the pool, not at the conference. You see people really focused, taking good notes, doing great networking, really applied, really focused, working hard. And so I like that. I like how many people were here. And the content yesterday was great, and the mood was serious. That's what I would say. The mood was serious. The big topics, of course, were the NAR settlement, and the impact of the settlement, and what agents should do moving forward. That was probably the number 1 topic. Number 2 topic was technology. Agents are scared to death that technology is going to replace them. Of course, agent value, how to create value, how to sell value. A lot of like scripts and sales techniques, which is really good. A little bit of little heat coming to NAR. Now NAR's here, of course. Kevin Sears is here, and he was up on stage yesterday, and the person moderator or interviewing him on stage was throwing fastballs. And now I'm sure it was planned, but it wasn't softballs. It was like, hey, what kind of job do you think you're doing in your first 6 months, and what the hell are you doing, because nobody knows what you're doing, and are you doing the right things, because I'm sure half the audience here does not think you're doing the right things. Like questions like that, and why should agents be a member of NAR, and should we all just leave, and what value does NAR have? I mean, fastballs, right? I was very surprised on that. And then there's just a ton of really good breakouts, a ton of good content. Really enjoyed it. And like with any conference that you go to now, inevitably when agents are talking about best practices, they talk about the 10 technologies they're using. And probably yesterday, I probably walked away with 50 new technology platforms I got to check out. Now a lot of them are agent based, a lot of them are CRM and customer contact, customer marketing, but just came away with a ton. What I thought I would do is I thought that I would share, for this morning, I thought I would share just some of the data that the CEO of Redfin shared. And he publishes some of this data in an article not that long ago, but there's some data that I've never seen. So I'm going to go through it. You're going to see me looking down. I got my computer and my iPad here, so I'm looking at slides. I wish I could show them, but if you see me look down, that's what I'm doing. He showed he probably had about 50 slides. I'm gonna pick like 10. Agent productivity, really interesting. I'm gonna try to find this. I'm gonna try to find the slide that he said, but something like 300 of the 1.5 million realtors, 350,000 of them did not do a transaction last year. 350,000 of them, and something like 600,000 had only done like 2 transactions. One of the really interesting slides that he commented on, agent commissions have been really flat at 2.62%. So agent buyer commissions have been flat at around 2.6% for 15 years. However, since the NAR settlement was announced just back in March, so in 4 months, agent commissions, buyer agent commissions have fallen to 2.5%. Now, a 1/10% doesn't seem like a lot, but after not moving for 15 years, that's actually a pretty significant drop. And he was predicting that we're going to see that drop more significantly. and it might drop as low as 2%. So that's a big change. Let me see if I can't see what's going on here. Hang on a second here. I am going to hang on as I try to figure out how to do photos. Sorry about that. Okay, now the next slide I'm going to share from his presentation, and I'll try to get a copy of this presentation and post it on LinkedIn so you guys can see these slides. And if you want to, if you're interested in the slides, I took pictures of them. I'm happy to share my pictures. Just DM me and I'll send them to you. So, you know, if the agents, you know, if you ask the agents, look, how will the NAR settlement potentially negatively impact the industry? 95% of them thought that it will cause some agents to leave. And you know what the general prevailing thought with the agents are? It's the same as everybody. Look, unskilled, unqualified agents shouldn't be in the business. I mean, that's what most good agents think. Like, okay, you've been able to be in the business, just kind of bravely training it, you haven't really been a professional, haven't had value, it's time for you to get out of the business. But for the agents that are in it full time, are totally committed, they're in it committed to win, man. They're going to dig in and they're going to work hard. And it's amazing how, you know, agents have that own perspective about their entire community, which is good, right? You know, 67% of agents thought that it would create more competition among buyer's agents. 60% thought that it would add more difficulty in dealing with clients and negotiating fees. That makes sense, right? And 58% said it would have a negative impact on their business. Now, another concern of real estate agents, of course, affordability, inventory, but home insurance is a growing challenge, and especially in Florida, California, type of thing. But here's something interesting. I know you probably have seen this. Let's see if I can't quote it right. But among Gen Z, so among the newest generation to be able to buy a home, listen to this, on a survey about the election. This is from a news organization that surveyed. They surveyed Gen Zers and said, what's your number one concern in the United States today? You know what the number one concern for Gen Zers is? It's unbelievable. 91% said home affordability. That the next president's number one job to Gen Zer is to, you know, fix home affordability. Is that crazy? Their number one concern, and it's 91%. 80% said strength of the economy. About 80% said, education. 75% said gun rights. And 75% said abortion. So these are the things that were most concerning to them, right? But home affordability is number one. Really interesting. Now, and that's doubled, by the way, in the last few years. This is really interesting in this next slide. Oh, you can't see it, but this is on lead quality. So agents were surveyed on, if they were buying leads or getting leads from portals, how's the quality, changed over the last few years. 67% said the quality has dramatically declined. So the leads from wherever they're getting from, Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, wherever it is, the quality of the leads have dramatically declined. That's 67%. 29% said they're about the same, and only a sliver said that they are better. Interesting, right? Now this is something really interesting too, and maybe we'll have a change. It used to be when a real estate agent got into business and they joined Century 21 or whatever real estate office they joined, that they did it because the broker helped develop their business, might generate leads, help them, right? It's interesting. So in the recent survey from Redfin, the majority of agents said, look, my brokers don't help me with my business at all. Matter of fact, 64% of them said not at all, no leads, nothing, right? 12% say, hey, my broker generates leads, but he charges them for me. And 24% said, yes, my broker generates leads and they give them to him for free, right? Now I'm doing this whole thing because this next slide, and I have this on my computer so I'll be able to read it. I found this fascinating. And by the way, this Redfin survey, so Redfin, hired a survey company. They did a double-blind survey. They didn't know it was from Redfin. The agents, could get a $25 gift card or could donate the $25 to a charity. and they got a really high response rate. So it's a pretty, the survey has a lot of integrity. So this is, I'm gonna end with this, I'm gonna go through this. And if you're a loan officer, like, this is good information, right? Because not only will it give us sensitivity, but we can see how maybe we can remove some of our agents' pain. This is a question. What do you dislike about being a real estate agent? What do you dislike about being a real estate agent? Number one answer is unpredictable income. Makes sense, right? 41%, but I dislike, can't predict my income. And that's up significantly from last year, or from 2021, from 2 years ago. It's up about 25%, meaning it's a quarter higher than it used to be. The next one is difficulty finding customers. 39% said, look, I don't like the fact that I can't find customers. So 41% said income's super unpredictable. 39% said, hey, difficult finding customers. Number 3 answer, this is amazing. I was so surprised about this. Hey, Mr. Updike, I see you're on. Thanks so much for hopping on. I'm live from INMAN Connect. And I'm just sharing some of the stuff from yesterday. All right, so this agent answer, what do you dislike about being a real estate agent? Number 3 response, number 3, dealing with other agents. Can you believe that? I mean, that's bad. Like, the thing I don't like about my job is working with all of you. And it's a third of them, right? The number 3 response. What I don't like is I have to deal with other agents. Holy smokes, that has to change. The number 4 answer was difficulty in closing deals. About a quarter of them said that's rough. Next is the net amount of income. Now that's different. The number 1 response was, hey, the income's unpredictable, but the number 5 response is the income sucks, right? About 1 in 5 agents said the income sucks. That's what I don't like about being an agent. The response to number in the 6th answer was always being on call, which is true. That's one of the things agents say, man. Hey, I have to be available 24/7, and if not, my client will go to the next person, right? And that's one of the things that agents, I'm happy to hear, they're very much fighting back about being a doormat. Like, hey, we're not just Uber drivers here. We don't just get you into houses. We are professionals. We do incredible service. We do so much work. We put a ton of labor in, and it's good. They're trying to say, hey, don't call me at 10 o'clock on Saturday night. But anyway, always being on call. And then the 7th response, the last response in this survey, was unreasonable customers. Isn't that interesting? So 1, unpredictable income. 2, difficulty finding customers. Unbelievably, 3 is dealing with other agents. 4 is having to close difficult deals. 5 is not making money. 6 is always being on call. And 7 is unreasonable customers, right? But then if you said, okay, if you flip that around and you say, what do you love about being a real estate agent? And the number 1 response, and it's like 90%, it's the entrepreneurial independence. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. Entrepreneurial independence means you don't have to show up on Monday if you want to, but it also means that you get to build your business however you want. Number 2 response, customer relationships. This is things they like now. 3, helping people, right? It's a noble profession, helping people. 4, love of real estate. They just love the game. They love real estate. The 5th response is ability to generate wealth. The 6th response, this is interesting, art of the deal. Being able to negotiate and win, art of the deal. And the 7th response is thrill of the hunt. That's incredible. So let's just review that again and I'll wrap this up. So things they don't like, unpredictable income, difficult customers, having to work with other agents, tough closings, a low pay, always being on call, and unreasonable customers. That's what they don't like. What they love, they're having entrepreneurial independence, customer relationships, helping people, love of real estate, ability to generate wealth, art of the deal, and thrill of the hunt. Now, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a loan officer, I hope you like those insights into your partners. Hope that gives you some sensitivity to them. I hope that lets you serve them a little better. That's it, man. That's it from the INMAN Connect. I'm gonna go get my hour in out on the road, and then I'll come back from you guys later. So thanks so much for tuning in. Doug, thanks for checking me out live. Let's connect sometime. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.